to everyone joining live. Welcome to the 5-day meditation challenge. Yeah, this is something deeply close to my heart. As I was saying before, I've been meditating the last 6 years. I've probably not really missed one day, maybe the odd day every now and then, but I've noticed this correlation between my practice and my mind and my life. And the more that I'm anchored in my practice, the more that my life is in flow and ease and kind of a sense of, even if it's chaotic and not everything's going to plan, which is life, there is a sense of stability within that I know whatever's happening, I can kind of move through it. And my intention for you today is to support you with some practices that I've been integrating into my own personal life, to help us kind of let go. This is the first intention for today, is letting go. And the sweet spot of love is letting go. And when we love ourselves enough, we can let go of the things that are not love. And, a big part of, I think, for many of us that are here in this journey of self-healing and self-development and spiritual growth, we have to let go of a lot of things. Our identities, our excuses, our bullshit, our a different way of being. And someone said to me once, evolution is death, and it's a death of an old form, identity, pattern. And if we have to be willing to change form if we want to evolve. So hopefully this practice today that I'm going to share with you probably run for around 30 minutes. We're going to connect to the energy of letting go, and we do this through the breath. And as soon as we start to slow the breath down, we slow the mind down. And then we have that spaciousness in between the breath where we can connect to source, connect to God, the universe, your spirit guides, whatever you want to call it. This part of ourselves that is witnessing a higher self or a higher mind, beyond the ego, beyond the monkey mind, beyond the thoughts, the chatter. We can get a glimpse of that essence of our soul, which is always reminding us to come back into truth. And sometimes we're not listening. I know I don't listen a lot, and then I get hit in the face. I'm like, okay, I now have to listen. And meditation for me is that gentle whisper, like, you're going the wrong way, Bryre. You need to go this way. And sometimes I hear it, sometimes I don't. And sometimes we need a little bit of a smack to realign and shift. And that's okay. So you can maybe do in the chat box where you guys coming from. I feel like everyone's coming from Bali, which is kind of cool. Cara, with your face mask on. Cara and I were painting our yonis this morning. It was very fun. We were trying to get into our creative energy, so that's good. I feel like some of you, we have Bryre, Sarah, Dot, Juliet, some of you in my Head to Heart program, my last year Head to Heart program, which is super exciting. And then Dot's coming into the new program, Sarah too, Cara, Ruth. Ruth, say hello. Amazing. Okay, so to start, what I would love you to do is find a comfortable seated position. So when we start meditating, it's really important to have a space where we can feel very safe and just like a meditative space. A lot of the time we build the Shakti, the power of the meditation. It comes to us when we have the same space, same time, every day. And that's really like a kind of when we start a spiritual practice, a lot of the time life can be chaotic, and we meditate for 10 minutes in the morning or forget and then try and do it in the evening or whatever. And my commitment and devotion the last 6 years of having a very strong meditation practice through some of my incredible teachers, Octavio, Michael, Natalie. I've worked with some of the best, I would say, teachers in the world of meditation. And they always say, like, that commitment to coming and showing up every day is the hard stuff, right? When life is in flow, we're like, oh, I don't really need to meditate. But actually, we need to meditate even when we are in flow, because there'll be a moment of expansion, right? And then there'll be contraction. And it's in that contraction phase, the expansion, the expanded awareness of our meditation allows and holds us through the times of turbulence and through the times of change. So we can stay anchored in purpose and show up for the people in our life and our community with a little bit more yeah, a little bit more trust and faith that we are supported and we are held. So find a comfortable seat. And if you want to light a candle or incense, anything to kind of set the mood, it's really nice to have this kind of sacred ritual. I sometimes light a candle or incense or some sage if I need to cleanse the Bali energy of traffic. And then once you're settled in, you can just close down your eyes and connect to an intention of your practice. Maybe the intention is just commit to every day in the next 5 days of meditating together. We can allow that kind of commitment to hopefully unfold into the rest of the week, the month, the new year, and see how it starts to shift your life, transform your life. So we're going to take a deep breath in through the nose and then out through the mouth, like this. Just releasing any tension in the jaw. Maybe you want to just do some funny faces like this. Just releasing the tension. And just ask everyone to stay on mute. Yeah. So as we release the tension, what does tension come from? It comes from control. I know, because I have a lot of that. And then what does the control come from? I believe it comes from a lack of trust in what? In the divine, in that we are divinely guided each and every moment. So can we let go of a little bit of control today through our breath, through our practice? So as you set your intention, just come back into the moment, roll your shoulders back, lengthen your spine, belly soft, and just connect into your breath. This anchor, always guiding us home. And then first, we're going to start with just a really short diaphragmatic exercise, which in my longer programs and containers, I teach in a little bit more depth. But today, just for the purpose of the challenge, we're just going to bring our arms into a cross arm position. Let's start in. And what we're going to do before we start breathing, just connect to the diaphragmatic breath. Obviously, I don't know what you've been doing in your day, so just start to deepen the breath into the belly. And using the arms as an anchor, it's almost like a weight. And we can do this laying down on the floor on a mat or on our back with I did that for like 3 months. I was trying to heal my nervous system, and I would, get like a weight or a sandbag or rice. I got a big bag of rice, and I was breathing into it like, please help me. Rice, it was quite funny and actually really worked. It repatterns our whole breath structure. We do it for like 40 days. So as you're connecting to the breath in the belly, just see if you can soften a little bit more. Maybe just let out a little sigh hum like this. Just connecting us to the vagus nerve, parasympathetic nervous system. I definitely need that since moving out of Uluwatu in this beautiful nature with Noah. Now I'm in a place full of construction and busy road, and I can feel my nervous system already feeling sensitive. So obviously we practice what we struggle with, right? That's why we do this work. So as you connect to that breath, you can just gently allow the arms to come back into rest on your knees. We're going to begin with an inhale for 4, exhale for 8 ratio. So as we inhale for 4, I'll count the first 2 rounds and then I'll allow you to guide yourself. Inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling out the nose, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhaling through the nose. 2, 3, 4. Exhaling through the nose. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Continue to practice just like that. And if you can't manage 8, if that feels too long, just exhale for as long as you can. Just making sure the exhale is longer than the inhale. And that's what allows the breath and the mind to come into a more smooth, steady pace. And you slow the breath, just slow the mind. And then eventually we can become absorbed in the breath, and the mind becomes more single point of focus. Beautiful. So continue that practice. Now just seeing if you can soften your belly a little bit more. Soften the pelvic floor. There may be a slight engagement as you exhale the pelvic floor. If you are using Mula Bandha, you can engage it just ever so slightly. And then release at the top. And the pelvic floor muscle kind of is like that P muscle, right? And as we engage it, it kind of has this, it brings this kind of energy from the lower energy centers of the chakras, like this heavy, dense energy. You can bring that up kind of to the base of the spine. And then as you exhale, just release that kind of energy and let it go. Just do a couple of rounds like that on your own. In for 4, exhaling for 8. And just allowing the exhale to be smooth. See if you can use the exhale to let go of anything that you no longer need to control right now in this moment. And on the next inhalation, you can increase the inhale to 5. And just to lose some of the mind counting, and just allow the exhale to go as long as it needs to. So inhale for 5, exhale infinite. And let go of the counting on the exhale and just use your guidance, your intuition to guide the breath. You may feel this kind of engagement of the pelvic floor as the belly goes back towards the spine as you exhale. Release the pelvis as you inhale. Knowing that it's safe to let go. Safe to let go of control. I know it's hard, but we can do it together. Releasing the mind's need to have everything figured out. So exhausting, hey? Just let that release, that drop. And now as you exhale, in between the inhalation and the exhalation, I want you to have an untimed pause. Just a sweet moment of no breath. Allowing your awareness to rest in that moment in between. Surrender and letting go. And then that suspension, that stillness. Allow everything to drop into this sweet, quiet, void space. Inhaling for 5, exhale, infinite. And then a moment in time where we pause the breath in between the inhalation and the exhalation. That moment of surrender, of trust that we can breathe again. Slow and steady stream of breath. There's nowhere that you need to be, and there's nothing that you need to do, just right here, right now, in this moment. And once you've suspended in that stillness, the inhale always comes back again when you need to breathe again. You're inhaling for 5, exhale, no counting, no mind, just being with the exhale as long as you like, as long as you like. Just be there, right there with that exhale. Just experiencing and watching. Just go ahead and do a few more rounds like that. Just give you some space to drop in. Mm. Now just taking the inhale to a 3 counts. Exhale stays the same. With the exhale suspension, it may not go as deep, which is totally fine. Inhaling for 3, exhale for as long as you can. And then a pause in between the inhalation and the exhalation. See if you can just lessen the effort a little bit more. Lessen the effort. Mm. Mm. Now drop the inhale to a 2 count inhalation. Just changing the inhalations, leaving the exhale the same. And eventually a 1 count inhalation, exhale, pause. You may notice the body breathe just a deeper few breaths. Give it a few minutes to organize itself as the breath comes back to a more organic rhythm of breath, effortless rhythm of breath. How does my body breathe when I'm no longer controlling the breath? How does my body breathe when I'm aware but completely uninvolved? Mm. And now just bringing your awareness to the top of your nose. And from the top of your nose, bringing your awareness to either side of the mouth, like a triangle from the tip of the nose to the corners of the mouth, and just resting your awareness in this point of focus, following the breath in and the breath out, okay, kind of a wave, keeping your awareness in that triangle area, from the tip of the nose to the edges, corners of the mouth. Bring your focus to this point, allowing the rhythm of the breath to move in and move out. Just watching your breath rise and fall. Maybe there's still thoughts, feelings, sensations, emotions passing. Allow them to come and go. And just bringing the anchor into the breath, into the triangle in front of the face. And it's a practice of surrender. If you do get caught up in any fleeting thoughts or emotions, sensations, just remind yourself that today is not my work. Allow them to pass. Just allow it to go with the breath. And this practice of dharana concentration is a lot like life, the sweet spot of surrender and letting go, knowing that what is ours is always meant for us. And when we try and grasp and hold, we're not having that faith and trust that it will come back if we need it. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. See if you can use this practice of surrender and letting go. Just holding your awareness on the breath and see if you can let go of everything else. Let go of everything else. Mm. Beautiful job. And now just coming into a space on receiving. You can bring your hands into your heart or in prayer, whatever feels right. Mm. And thank you for this technology of mind and breath uniting the two. And now just dropping into a space of gratitude for our teachers, our guides, our friends, our family, anyone in our life that's supporting us, our vision, even if it's crazy.